Hi everyone, part 2 of how I knew I was chosen and about my journey through my own life and what you might also be experiencing or may experience through your journey of possibly being chosen if this is for you. So, as a chosen one, you are very, very, very high vibrational. You feel all energies in rooms. You can walk into a grocery store and people will just stare at you over your high vibration. You can go into rooms with family, friends, and know when somebody doesn't like you or if somebody's been talking about you. You feel it. You feel high energies. And this is why chosen ones have to be loners, because they have to refuel their energy and their soul, because we feel so much on a day-to-day basis. We can feel energies all over. And that is a gift I knew I had for a long time. Even, I would say, I really tapped in at 15 years old. I knew it. It was just so strong. And I knew that I was here for a mission. And I remember as I grew up, people would say, "You're crazy, whatever, that doesn't even sound right." So I stopped explaining myself to people and I kept it in. I would just keep all of my things in, all my emotional feelings, all of the energies, I kept it in. So I knew that I was different and I knew that I sensed more than others a long time ago. So I just started, getting myself out a few years ago on my TikTok. And I just knew it was time to open up about it and help other people. It was my mission and I knew it. And so let's go back to my trials and tribulations and some things that you might have also been through, maybe the same or different. So I talked to you about the toxic relationships I was in with my exes and how horrible it was, and they put me through hell and back. And I remember in my 12-year relationship I was in with my daughter's dad, he abused me so bad that I remember going through anxiety, panic attacks, depression. And I remember praying to God. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. This is why prayer is real, guys. God is real. He's listening to you. He watches over you. I remember praying, "God, I don't belong here. Get me out of this situation. God, please take my worries away. Take my anxiety away." Because I remember just having these panic attacks all day long. Mind you, I'm trying to be a mom. I am working. I'm also struggling. Now I'm struggling with anxiety, struggling with depression. And how do I get this person out of my life? How can I grow this strength? So I finally got the strength after years. And that was God's calling to me, saying, "It's time, my sweet child, to get you out of here. You do not belong here. You've been through enough." And I went through things that people would never imagine. But I got through it. I left. And so I was never in a good relationship my whole life. Never. Not at that point with my life, never was. And that stems from, they say what you see growing up is what you will be with. And I do, even though my dad's an amazing man, I did see a lot of domestic violence growing up. So that being said, you will hold high vibrations and you'll start tapping into yourself even more spiritually. And once you start tapping into yourself and what you are and you accept it, that's when you're going to start being able to open up and experience what it is. You're going to experience your calling from God, knowing that this is your mission. Everything that you went through in your life was a mission for you. You are here to help others and talk to others about your experiences and help others get through their trials and tribulations. And I know this is my mission. I have dreams. I know everything I speak and tell you guys. The day I do my videos, this is the day I feel it. I feel it strong. And I just know that it has to go to somebody. It has to. So, being chosen comes with a lot. It does. It comes with a lot of being alone, which you learn to love. It comes with a lot of trials and tribulations with family and friends. because of a lot that I've been through with old friends, I don't have a big circle and never have. But I used to be that, that girl that had friends. But every friend that I ever had went against me. And this is the truth. They went against me. They went against me, and I was the most loving, caring friend. But it was all friends that I never knew were jealous, I guess, at that point, because I didn't open my eyes enough, because I was too nice. And I just let too much go. But I've had a lot of friends that did dirty to me and did wrong to me and were jealous of me and took my boyfriends away or whatever. If you can take them away, right? As you get older, they were not meant for you anyways, right? That was God's way of saying, take them. They're not meant for me. They would take, what I had, they wanted. And gosh, the workplaces, the workforces that I used to be in, I went through trials and tribulations. I will tell you, almost at every single job I was ever at, I went through hell and back with coworkers, with people. I minded my business, did my job, but problems seemed to want to come my way all the time. People wanted to get a reaction out of me or bully me in the workforce. Women, a lot of women. And I'm going to tell you one thing that I've never told anybody yet. And somebody said, why don't you get it out? My last job I was at before I started my business caused me panic attacks, mental distress, anxiety. It was horrible. It was horrific. And I remember having this so-called friend, that was the last time I was like, I'm done with this. This happened in 2016. So basically what had happened was these temps went against me. I was hired in. I was actually a union steward. Mind you, this place was a union shop. And basically I was plotted against, bullied. And I went to HR and they let it happen. They let this stuff happen. And mind you, this is not supposed to happen. This isn't even right. And it was he said, she said, rumors that weren't even true. So these people go against me, plot against me, make my life horrible. I wrote out several complaints about being taunted in this workplace. And I knew I didn't belong there. I knew every place I ever worked in, I didn't belong there. I wasn't meant to be there. So we're running out of time. I was jumped at the workplace inside of the building. I was jumped and I was told I could not defend myself because I was a union steward. So I had to get beat up. I was beat up. My hair was pulled out. People were taking pictures of me, putting my hair all over online, cut my mouth up, bruised my face. I was jumped by 4 temps and I was hired in. I got a lawyer and they fought me over it. Until this day, I'm going to let karma handle that day because God is not going to let that go. But it was one of the worst experiences I've ever been through over something that never should have happened to me. And this is the first time I'm getting this out ever. I went through so much, but that was my calling, guys. Listen, I knew I wasn't meant to be there. I was there for 7 years, worked my butt off 50 hours a week. And I started my business after that. I was able to be with my kids more. And the day that I had to come home full of bruises, sorry. That was emotional for me. But that happened for a reason, sorry. Because that was a horrible day. And I remember my kids, why are you coming home from work bloody? Karma will get them. But where I'm at today, I am so happy. I don't belong in places like that. That is not meant for me. I had a higher calling, and so do you. So I'm being vulnerable. They gave me a cash settlement, some money or whatever, and that's not enough. They needed justice through that company. And that company's here in Michigan. They needed to do something better. But the day I came home, my kids seeing me like that was horrible. But I'm here today, starting my business, and I'm stronger. That's how you know you're chosen. You will go through so many bad things. My calling is to be here for you, and I'm being very,